my name's Catriona Starpins and I love all things that sparkle, especially glass beads. Today we're going to be learning about D-Raw or double right angle weave. So let's have a look at the bead mat and see what we need to get started. Okay, I've picked out some beads for us to use for this sample of double right angle weave or D-Raw, and we're going to do it in size 8 seed beads today just because they will be easier for you to see on camera. I've picked two colours which contrast well together and which are not too glary or shiny on the video. I've chosen a check silky silver 8-01700, which is this one here, and I've picked a Duracoat matte sea foam, which is an 8DC4217F, and that's this one here. Beautiful sea foam colour. I'm going to be using Fireline today, 6 pound smoke, and a straw size 11 needle from John James. Because I don't want to have a tail thread on my beadwork, I've decided to do a Fireline start, and to do this we use our trusty thread burner to make a little knot or a blob on the end of our Fireline. So I'm just going to melt a little knot there like that, nothing too big, just so that it's big enough to not pull through once we've set it into position. For D-Raw, you start by picking up four beads of one colour, and these will be what I call the inner circle of the D-Raw. Pick those up and thread them down. Now we're going to tie a little reef knot here, or right over left, left over right knot. Left over right in this occasion because it's the way I'm holding it. Left over right, right over left. Pull that knot up, and then pull on the thread. You can see the knot hasn't pulled right in yet. Pull that until that knot hits the reef knot that we tied. So now I've got 4 beads joined in a circle, and I don't have a tail thread to worry about weaving in later. Okay, the next step is to do what I call the second row of D-Raw, which is the embellishment beads, and we're going to be adding one bead into the corner of each of these initial row. Pick up a bead and pass through the next bead in the row, and when you pull that together it will sit between the 2 beads like that. So we're going to do another 3 beads in the same way, coming out of a bead, picking up a bead and passing through, and that will fit into the little gap there. Picking up a bead, passing through the next one, like that, and the last time. Like this. Now we do need to step up into the first bead we added in that round, which is the silver one, so bring your needle through that bead so that you're stepping out of that bead. So that is our first unit of D-Raw, and now we're going to make our next unit off that. To do that we need to add the inner circle beads off this pointed one here. So we're going to pick up 4 of our inner circle colour, which is our sea foam. I'm exiting from this side of the unit, so I need to bring my needle through the other side so that it makes a circle of beads off that silver one. So if you pull that needle up, now this little bead here is shared as the embellishment bead between the 2, so we only need to add our embellishment beads in the other 3 positions. So I weave through to the next spot, pick up one of our silver embellishment beads and pass through the next one. Do that another 2 times. One, and this time I'm going to go through the green one and the silver one as well. Right, so that is our second unit of D-Raw. You have now done 2 units of D-raw, and we need to weave through to exit this top one here. So I'm just going to pass through all these beads here till I get to the top. I usually pass through 2 and then pass through 2 again. 1 and 1. And then you just keep continuing to add the units in the same way. So adding my 4 inner circle beads, pass through the next, and then add my embellishment beads in between. And once those embellishment beads have been added in, they sort of seem to lock the formation of this stitch into place. I really love how they have quite a good structure to them, and I don't know, it's just a really nice base to build beadwork off. It's an exciting stitch to learn because it opens up many possibilities. There we go, 3 units of D-raw. Now you can also add units off in any direction. I could add my next unit, I could turn a corner and add my next unit off this top one here, going in that direction. And we might just do that just because we can show you turning a corner. So instead of making a unit off the end here, I'm going to make a unit going that way. So I'm going to pick up my 4 inner circle beads, and then the silver bead that is sharing the unit again, don't need to add an embellishment bead there. Added one in the side, I've got 2 more to add. One here, and one on the outer edge. There we go, we've just turned a corner. Weave through to exit this bead here. Pick up my 4 beads, which are my inner circle. Now I'm coming out that side of the bead, so I need to go into the opposite side to create this circle of beads on the top. If you go through the same side you exited, you end up with your beads sitting to one side looking a bit funny. So you can see now I've got 4 beads sitting there. The first unit is shared this silver bead here. That unit there will share with this unit here. So we only need to add a silver bead here and use the other existing ones that are already there in place. So if I weave through 1 bead there, pick up a silver bead, go to the top, pick up a silver bead, go to the next one. Now the next one will utilize this bead here that's already in place. Go down this one here. Try not to get in a tangle like I just did. And then complete the unit by exiting through those last 2 beads. You can see now I've got this unit here is joined with these ones here. Let's do that once more because the next unit will be in the opposite direction. Okay, so this time I'm exiting out of this side of the silver bead. So I'm going to pick up my 4 inner circles beads, come through this side of the silver bead. Now because we're traveling this direction this time, I'm going to utilize the bead that's already there between the gap. Didn't need to pick up a bead, I used the one that was already there. Now the other 2 embellishment beads I need to add. So I'm picking up one here and one for the side. So now I have 6 units of D-raw. They are 3 units in length and 2 units wide. What could you make with this? The way you can support this channel for free is hitting the like button, leaving a comment in the comments below, sharing this video with your beading friends, and of course subscribing to my channel. I'm going to share with you some items that I've made with D-Raw. I really love this stitch and I love the possibilities of what you can make with it. This here is one of my Clara's Christmas baubles, and I have kits for these on my website. And you can see here there's a band of D-Raw in size 8 seed beads across the middle. I also have a second colorway. This is the green. I just love the way D-Raw looks. Super happy with these. These bracelets are also on my website. These are called Diamond Lace. They are using a combination of D-Raw and gem duos with fire polish embellishments. These were one of the first projects that I made with the D-Raw, and I really love how different the same pattern can look with different coloured beads. You can also use D-Raw as a bezel. These are a gemstone donut reversible pendant with a D-Raw bezel around the outside. You can see the D-Raw there. It's quite pretty, and it utilizes crescents in the middle there and some fire polish beads. I also used a tassel. There are some kits still available for this one. It is a PDF tutorial with videos as well. This design can also look quite striking depending on which colour beads and which cabochon you use. Each one turns out really quite different. I called this Victoria pendant because I thought this at the top of the tassel looked like a little crown. One of my more regal designs in my opinion. And last is the green. Another design where I have used the D-Raw as a bezel is Envy Pendant, and you can see here a D-Raw bezel around the outside of a 27mm stone. This pattern and a few kits are also available on my website. That blue, that sapphire blue, so pretty. Look how sparkly that is. I hope you enjoyed that snapshot into some of the D-Raw that I have created over the years. I love the stitch. I love the way it clicks into place. I love the structure of it, and I love how you can embellish it. What will you make? This content does take time to make, and your support, which is free to give via the like, comment, and subscribe buttons, is so much appreciated here.